So they will be hearing today how far as we have done on the audio education in endeavor, an initiative in the Philippines. Okay. To those who would like to have more questions, and if you like to have more clarifications, you can shut the QR code. So we could be able to answer the questions if ever we don't have much time today. So on the first slide, okay, I am Homer Sahanya and I'm the present president of the Audio Engineering Society in Mindanao. And at the same time, the CEO of Better Components, Inc. I have been a member of AES for quite a time. And year 2023, I have decided to transfer my membership in the Philippines. I have been with AES New York for a decade before I transferred here. Roadmap. The roadmap of audio education in the Philippines. It has been a long dream since the time of Dar Quintos, during the time of when Dr. Sennheiser visited the Philippines. And for so many times, we've been trying to formalize how should we be able to make education as part of the industry. I would like to show a data that which would project how big we are in the creative industry. For the year 2023, we were able to gather 1.79 trillion to the coffers of the Philippine government. And that's about an average of 69 to 7% in terms of increase in a year-to-year basis, the way how we contribute. 2024, 1.98. And in several months, last 2 months, we were able to have a new update. For 2025, 2.12 trillion was being contributed by creative industry. If you were able to observe, we have an increasing numbers. And whatever happens, the creative industry is very vibrant, very dynamic, and it has a lot of things going on around. Simply because everything that happens with us today, we were gathered by an immeasurable advancement in technology. This is what we call as emerging technology right in front of us. Emerging in terms of product development, emerging in terms of studies, and emerging in the way we do things. Emerging because there was AI forthcoming. It's not yet full-blown, but for sure, they will come. 2.12 trillion is an impressive amount for creative industry that we have been toiling around. If I may know, who are in the hall today, who come from the film, television, and radio production. Do we have some? Oh, baka mahiya kayo, ha? Okay. Magki-quiz tayo mamaya. Joke lang, joke. Who comes from music production? Recording and audio post and video production. Hello, sir. Magandang hapon. Who does streaming and multimedia production here? So just this morning, I talked to a lot of people that, and I was so overwhelmed with how things had been emerging, especially in the recent years. Ito yung categories ng mga tao na nasa creative industry. Eto. Sino ang galing sa live sound reinforcement? Isa. Yung nasa likod, nasa live sound din yan, sigurado ako. Pwede kayo hindi na magtaas ng kamay. So with us, concert, event, audio engineering, installation ng public address, stage sound production, sound system, so on and so forth. Who comes from worship and church sound production? Siguro marami dito, ano? Okay. You could just imagine, every Sunday, kung sa denomination ninyo, iilan yung churches na magpipreach, ganon kadami ang mga taong involved sa worship and sound production. Kasama pa niyan, mga live streaming, at daming mga side productions na ginagawa. Now, I was able to attend the other day a meeting that was held in Davao, and I was being invited by the Department of Education. It was a meeting that with Secretary Angara, and I was able to meet with TESDA, DepEd, and CHED. I find it, I am at the right place at the right time. Because during the time when I asked the officers and those who are on stage, "Sir, we are a 2.3 trillion industry, creative industry. And we have around 1 million who is toiling on the industry, which happens to have a 70% DIY. Kasi emerging nga eh. Hindi, nagdi-develop siya. Tapos, hinahabol natin. Minsan nga, hindi na tayo makahabol. So when I asked them, how could we be able to make education that is tuned to the recent times? Because emerging technologies are coming in, at kung hindi natin i-change yung style natin, we could not be able to cope up. We could not. In fact, in one of the groundworks we have, even if we are going to open up to 7 universities, we could not cope up. And I'll share that to you if you happen to stay with me further. This is what I have shown to them. In the data, we have about 8.71 million in 2025. Nag-decrease lang siya from 2024, which 8.74 million. Ito yung mga araw-araw gumagalaw sa industriya natin. And even with that decrease, we are 8.7 million every day toiling. At hindi mahihinto yan. So I keep on telling them, there must be a way in how should we do it. Of which, sa tingin ko, this would be the right moment. In the few months before this, nag-uusap kami ni GM. GM, magandang hapon. We have the same dreams. We have the same things that we would like to achieve. Pero sa tingin ko, may mga panahon talaga, no? Yung noon na we try to really strive hard, parang ayaw ng panahon sumabay sa atin. Ngayon, meron akong balita. Andito ba si Mark Lakay? 8 years ago, if I happen to remember, there was a micro-credential that was being made by the members of the Audio Engineering Society. There on the names, I see the name of Sir Rico Bicol, si Mark Lakay, at saka yung ibang nag-develop ng curriculum. Now, with that, I was able to pass the whole curriculum in one of the meetings that we have with TESDA. It is at the right time, nagtanong ang TESDA, Sir, could we be able to make a micro-credential training that is intended for the crew and those who are in the live sound? So we were thinking then, naisip ko, parang pinag-usapan ito noon. So I called up Rico Bicol. Rick, di ba may ginawa kayo noon, kayo ni Mark? Oh, andito, tingnan ko ha. Sabi ko, paki-ano mo nga, pakipasa. Because we were able to have that submitted on the same day. So sabi ko kay Dean Eric, hindi na tayo magbi-build ng wheels. Meron na. So when the curriculum arrives, and I see through all the records, it is 113 pages with all the instruction, how to rule out the instructions. So konting himas. And I said, Ma'am, I think you came at the right time. I'm going to submit the curriculum that has been made 7 years ago. So nabigla yun, talaga? Yes, and we keep that. Unknowingly, that 7 years, last year, it was approved in 7 days. So nabigla kami. Sabi ko, oh, talaga din, na-approve? Yes, sir. We just have to wait for all the documentation that comes from Taguig. So sabi ko, sige. Additional to the Marites. Yesterday, Dean Eric messaged me. Sir, andyan na yung budget. Gusto mapagsimula ng TESDA on August 24 kung pwede. At merong bawat batch is a 25 trainees. 4 na batch ang gagawin hanggang December. Sabi ko din, upuan natin, Hindi tayo kikilos hanggat hindi tayo buo on how to rule it out. These things that happen, medyo we were so overwhelmed when I was here. And na-overwhelm nga kami sa AES Means. Pero pwede ko ring ikwento sa inyo ang mga mukha ng mga taong ito. Ito ho yung kasama sa Committee on Education ng AES Philippines. Chairman namin si Mike Pedero. Ako naman ay represented AES Min. Si Adrian Bernardino, ang taga-legwork sa amin, ang pinakabata. So, we have Rico Bicol and Dean Eric Moreno. Now, this group is very crucial. Si Dean Eric, he has been very good in developing curriculums. He knows how the academy thinks. Sabi ko, Dean, this is where you could come in. And we really need you for this. Si Rico Bicol naman, siya yung siya yung taga-cheer up. Siya yung taga-assist. Every time we do have meeting. 5 lang kami at this point in time. There is a magic to that. If many would be coming for the meeting, matagal. So pinili namin, kukunti lang muna tayo while we're going to make the road. Wala pang mapa, road muna. So ito na yung story. I remember what Chairman Mike keep on telling us. Wag nating pabayaan yung mga nauna. Wag natin pabayaan yung andyan na. So that we could be able to help them. We were thinking of how this curriculum would be developed. And there are 3 things that we keep it on mind. There is a curriculum that we are going to develop for the creatives, which ito yung music, nagko-compose. Ito yung sentro kung ba't nandyan ang technology at engineering. We have the technology, we have the engineering for research, engineering for the for the manufacturing, engineering for the rest of the things that we need. Ito yung the simplest map that we would like to present to you. Sa lahat ng undergrad na andyan na sa industry for more than about a decade, 15 years, so on and so forth, they started as nagli-labor, tapos na-elevate, naging electrician, na-elevate, naging technician, na-elevate, na naging tagapihit, na-elevate to whatever is being needed. Now, here's the thing. Based on our research and based on how we go to the field and talk to them, most of these people, they wish they could have more learning. They wish that on their workplaces, they would be able to ma-elevate yung professional practice nila. And this is what we had been discussing with TESDA. I keep on telling them, let's make their workplace our lecture room. Kasi andun yung tunay na andun yung tunay na lesson. Take for example, in a concern for safety engineering. Noon, 2 speaker lang, okay na. In recent times, ilang boxes of speakers nire-rig. Nagkakaroon ng structure. Nagkakaroon ng structure which has a lot of variable kasi ito mga temporary. That concerns us because at a time when we see an installation, ang unang concern namin is safety. Safety is foremost. Dito ko sinasabi sa TESDA, June, pwede gawa natin ng micro-credential, isang portion na ito na pwede nating makascade. Micro-credential that would relate to the first micro-credential that we are going to use. And these are the things that we would like to have as an alignment. If you are going to get a micro-credential, and you will be able to have around 16 of this micro-credential, pwede ba you could be able to get a diploma program? Ladderize yung learning. And if you're going to get yung mga national certification for that matter, dito, inaayos namin that it should be compliant with the Commission of Higher Education. Kasi sa pagkakaalam namin, Mamutya, may mga requirements po, no? Yes. Inaayos natin. I have observed in the country, there are so much trainings happening. Yung mga modular trainings. That might be masters, or that might be para mga workshops at seminars. Now, na-observe din namin na ang daming ngas-ngas doon sa tawag dito, social media. Daming exchanges of mga statements, and we're just seeing it. Actually, ang comment ko, the industry is very dynamic. The industry is so energetic. The industry is growing like a virus. Things has to be done. At ano yung magiging common reference? We keep on vouching. Education is the key to everything. Because if we would not think strategically, we will all be lost. Yung mga training na yan, mababaliwala yan. Now, may mga master class training. Ito yung mga workshops na na-identify namin pang level na parang that's beyond your graduate, that's beyond your college level. Very highly technical. Now, we would like to bring everyone to a level that we are learned in terms of our sciences and our mathematics. Physics, sciences, and mathematics. Why? If we are going to have a very strong fundamentals on our sciences, the rest of the things that is emerging would become easier for us. It becomes easier for us to comprehend. Why? We have the basics. We have learned the things that we're supposed to learn. Take for example, everyone is looking at DSP, computer, and a lot of new things, products. But haven't we think going back to binary numbers, going back to Boolean algebra? These are the things that, in our times, it seems that, oh, okay, binary, what is it for me? But now I see we need to get hold of those fundamentals. We get hold to the things that we should learn. Sa decimal system natin, meron parang ibang number system. So, this things has to be, yung tawag natin na ma-share sa future generation, because we might be caught up with the advancement of things and we don't go back to our fundamentals. We have been negotiating with TESDA. We have been negotiating with them for the ladderized way of doing things. Na kung meron akong tao and who would like to get bachelor's degree, lahat ng kinuha kong mga micro-credential, NC certificate would be credited. Bakit? We want to have a mastery on the things that we will be doing. Hindi na yung pabalik pa tayo sa mga minor subjects. Minsan nga, nag-uusap kami ni chairman, sabi ko, pwede ba hindi na tayo pabalikin doon? Minor subjects. Totoo nga, we're wasting time. So much time. So, ito yung mai-present namin. Want to pursue bachelor's degree or the 3 years diploma program, which the chairman during our last meeting have said, let's have a meeting with Daniel Fu. Right, Chairman? For the Tibet curriculum. Yesterday, TESDA called me up, sir, the Tibet and Yvette, could we sit down for the creative industry? Sabi ko, sige Sir John, upuan natin when I get back, and thank you for calling up. Ito po yung sa mga nauna that needed to be professionalized. Ma-level up yung way of how we do things. Ma-level up yung personalidad ng mga taong nasa industriya. Kasi nakikita namin, if the guy would be able to hold that particular certificate, would he be not happy to be able to have it? Oh, may NC2 ako, may NC1 ako. Will it not build a confidence to himself that he would be able to have that have that ownership to the things that he is doing? I think so. Ilipat natin dito sa kabilang side. Ito yung mapang nakita namin that would help us travel to developing the audio education in the Philippines. This has been the result of several meetings with the academe. Hindi ba complicated tingnan? Okay lang? Sa elementary, so play muna ng music. You don't have to strike hard. It's all about music appreciation, arts appreciation, and all you have to do is appreciate the things that you want to do. What we found out na kung gusto natin dalhin ang mga estudyante natin to the college degree, we have to start it out during their high school days. during grades 7. Now, meron akong i-share sa inyo. Ito na yung mga bagay na we in the industry, kami na nasa import, nagpapadala ng equipments, would be happy. And I will share this. Last year, I was able to close we were able to engage in Adapt a School program. Adapt a School program. Now, nag-donate kami ng equipments to a national high school. Ang target namin for the donation is the grades 7 and grades 12. For us to be able to share the science and technology of the things that they have been taught. Meaning, sinabi namin doon sa principal, sinabi namin doon sa district supervisor, we're going to donate this equipment. Not as a mere donation, but an instrument, an equipment that we would be able to teach the sciences, the physics, and the mathematics. Ito yung nagiging medium namin for them to get interest on technology. Especially high school, 'di ba? Tumutugtog. Pag may program, may nagpipihit sa and these are high school students that they like to explore. Now, we were given 150% tax credit. With that, it sparks my mind na kung 10 big players ng industry would be pulled together, we could make a break. We could be able to make a very strong and sustainable educational style, especially in the recent days. Now, gusto na nga nung teacher na, gusto ng district, sir, gusto nyo lahat ng school? No, ma'am. Pipili lang kami. Why? We have to identify teachers. We have to identify mentors. We have to identify coach. We have to identify the one that would be able to bring them in to the interest in the sciences pertains to audio. And nangyari na nga for several months, that encourages them to make their art forms in terms of music and other activities ginamit nila and keeps the interest. Also, we've learned when we were discussing with Ateneo University, specific in Davao. I asked the finance division chief of the university, and since you are an autonomous university, I would like to ask you upfront, can you give a tax credit certificate to the one who will donate? And they said, yes. By how much? By 100%. Ba't ko tinanong yon? Dahil pag magkakaroon ng kursong audio engineering, hindi pwedeng walang laboratory. We might build anechoic chamber. We might buy Klippel scanners. We might buy the things that we need para yung klaseng audio engineering meron tayo updated. Hindi yung nasa libro lang, kundi nasa tunay na buhay. And they agree with that. Sampung industry players kasama na ngayon yung iba pang third parties that would help us manavigate natin yung audio engineering, technology course, at saka yung creatives. That would help us. And may tanong, there was a question asked to me, why you really want to do it in Davao? Ito ngayon yung sagot ko. Una, andun kami. Pangalawa, we still have to develop our teachers. Unang mangyayari is the teachers training. Ang teachers, magiging student muna so that how we would be able to roll out the instructions to the students. That would be a big thing. Kasi emerging we're facing the Gen Z. Kami, sunset na kami. But we want to discover how the methodology would be developed so that it would be attuned with the current times. And totoo nga, when we have the numbers, the first challenge is how to get the numbers that we need to become teachers. So, yun yung first phase na natingnan namin. And parang laboratory ito. It's just like a laboratory since the academe and the industry would go together in one classroom, in one learning environment. Might be online or might be face to face, but there will be the academe and the industry. Sabi nga nung dean ng College of yung College of Engineering, we might not be able to, are we going to do it as a parang lifelong learning? And I said yes din, because we have to develop our dynamics. Sabi niya, mahiya kami sir, alam nyo, there will be a lot of personalities that is more knowledgeable than we are. Sabi ko, take that kind of thinking. Because now what we want to do and what we want to happen is for the industry and the academe should work together so we would be able to learn somehow something from both sides. And these are the things, okay, medyo na at ease. Now, grades 7 and 12. Binigay ng Region 11 sa amin is 3,000 students mag-on board basing on the statistics we get. Gusto nga nila is mga 300,000, 100,000. No. This is a laboratory for us. We don't want to shortcut everything for the sake of having students. And we need around 2 sections of 30 students each. So that would be around 60 students to start with becoming a teacher. And ito yung sabi ko, pwede ito. But how about to our colleagues in Manila? Should they come here? May mga trabaho yon. Sabi, sir, we are going to develop something that works for us. That could be, we could do online and face-to-face, or both, or whatever methodology so that we could be able to develop something. So, Grade 7 and 12, yung TESDA na micro-credentials, yung high school students, natuturuan namin ng sciences and technology. Grades 12 ka, micro-credential ka na, di ba? Okay. Sabi nga namin, sir, alam nyo, ba't nagpe-fail yung grades 12? Kasi hindi nyo kinonect sa industry. It's only the academe who keeps on thinking. Basically, education is for the industry. Now, with all of those, including the international certification, I add here the ABEXA, the CTS thing, because we needed that. We want to bring everyone to the standards. When we talk, we have a common reference point. Just like in AES. So when we talk on something, there is such thing as the AES 63, AES 76, AES 78, and these are all standards that we can, we can learn about. These are the things that mawawala na yung maraming, kung ang argument natin is 10, dito, pag balik tayo sa standard, 1, 2 na lang. This is the things that, we would like to happen. Bakit? We have to level up. We have to bring about the whole industry in the next level. Now, I was able to attend in one of the outtaking ceremony in UP for the industrial engineering. And I happened to be able to talk to the plenary speakers. And we were talking and discussing then the recognition for the engineering community of audio. Sabi niya, alam mo sir, you can have the IE, the industrial engineering as your prototype. Kasi noon, when they started, walang PRC board exam. Ngayon, they have one for them to be able to practice, so they have the certification. Saka sabi ng speaker, and we are the ones ruling out for the recognition of the Asian engineers. In the near future, if you could do as an industry these things, then that would be a great thing for your industry. Nung naikwento ko yung how many we are, sabi niya marami kayo. We just have to put all your efforts together. And mind you, if AI comes in, mas malaking challenge. Malaking challenge. We have, you were able to get the QR code. If you have more questions, then you could place all those questions and we would be happy to answer it. But how did these things come to realities? It doesn't happen overnight. It happens with so many talks. And we would like to uplift the way our profession is being done. Hopefully, with the right education, with the right set of curriculum, we would be able to develop yung matatawag nating audio engineer, yung live sound engineer, sound technician, and to the event production specialist, just like in Full Sail. They have a full curriculum on how things have been done in the production. Now, this would level up the way how should things be done. When I was in Shanghai for the past months, their minimum wage is around 35,000 compared to us. Our minimum wage here, that would be around 18K. So I was telling my colleague, you know what, in the industry, these are not labors. These are skills. You're paying for the skills. You're not paying for the person to bring up the box, transfer from point A to point B. These are skills that over time, over their passion, they like to do it every day. So yun yung usap-usapan namin. Sabi ko, we could level up. It's the skill that we are going to do it first. When I leave AES New York, it so happened we were having an AES night in Marriott. So I asked Gary, I'll get back to the Philippines. I'd like to be with our chairman. And he said, Homer, when you get back, please make priority on the education. Help the AES, help the people who have been toiling in the organization, so that there must be something that is happening, you know. Ito yung mga kasama ko, mga professors din coming from, yung isa galing Ukraine, European countries. Best friend namin ni Chairman, si John, our former president, friendship ni Sir Gerald. So, eto ngayon yung sinabi nila, whatever you need, especially on the things that we could be of help, just tell us. And we will be there, especially when it comes to education. In fact, last week, John said, guys, you update us with what's going on in your section. We want to know. On this picture, we visited the school that we make the donation. And at the same time, we talked to the science and math teachers. There are things that we have to improve, especially when the physics teacher said, Sir, I discussed with them all about magnets for this week. But I only could make and explain magnets on the board. Wala yung mga instrument that would show about magnetic field and other measurable things that ma-reinforce yung discussion niya. So sabi ko, Ma'am, hindi kayo gumawa kahit na simple toy motor that would tell you about inductance, that would tell you about electricity, that would tell you about EMF. Wala, sir. Sabi ko, kumbaga sa atin, kailangan ng props. And they were happy enough that we were there. I was there as an AES. So we're telling them, we're so concerned in what we can share. Andyan din si Dean Eric who keeps on helping us with how things on curriculum be done. Sa mesang ito, pinag-usapan namin ang curriculum for the audio engineering. Pinagkwentuhan namin how far the mathematics can go. Ano ang gagawin? Ano ang ilagay sa technology course at ano ang ilagay sa engineering. So, we will have a continuous meetings after this. The guy in white is the dean of the College of Engineering. The other one is a doctor who is a member of AES in Mindanao. The lady, si Ma'am Janet, he is a DSP engineer. Doon ko lang nalaman, andito ka lang pala, ma'am, naghahanap kami sa'yo. So sabi niya, oh sir, galing kami ng galing ako ng analog devices. So, the rest are members of AES Min. And ito yung mga faculties that would help us developing the curriculum. And we're so happy how receptive they are because they too is looking for a way how could they help the community. In one of our meetings, na pinag-usapan pa rin namin, curriculum. What's on our mind is, we will make mathematics comes alive. Hindi na yung the usual mathematics ng mathematics basta itinuro mo lang. Sabi namin, ma'am, there is a way how to teach mathematics in a way na makuha mo yung numbers because may apply mo sa physical world. So, kung pwede natin ma-develop at ang sabi naman nila, alam nyo sir, sometimes we teach but we don't know how it would be in the physical world. Sabi ko, kaya pala. So, sabi ko, and I shared, in mathematics, all you have to know is the concept. If you know the concept, how things are done, even in quadratic equation, polynomials, logarithmic at linear elements mo, if you get the concept, kahit matulog ka. But if you don't get the concept, kahit memorizing mo yung formula, mawawala ka. So, this is my report. This is my sharing. How far we go with the roadmap. Now, we're making the roads. Next, we might be able to apply asphalt or a cement to that road. This is a long way to go, but we know we have to do the first step. Gary Gottlieb, on our parting ways in the 9 p.m. very cold night. As I end today, I would like to say my thanks to Yamaha Music Philippines, especially to Takabi-san, who encourages me to share the things that has been developing in the education for the Philippines. Also, I would like to thank TESDA, who has been there just to trying to figure out how things could be, patch up. DepEd, of course. And now, the Commission on Higher Education who has been here. Mamucha, we're so thankful with your time. And before we end, we're going to do the ceremonial signing. We're going to make a resolution this afternoon that we are going to develop the roadmap of education of the Philippines. And we are going to submit part of our resolution to CHED, Others we're going to submit to TESDA. Some we're going to submit to DepEd, so that everyone will know. Everyone will know. We would like to make things happen for all of us. So, may I call our chairman, Chairman Mike. Can I? One copy. I would like to read the joint industry resolution for today. A resolution for formalizing the development, recognition, standardization, and professionalization of audio engineering in the Philippines. Adopted during the Audio Engineering Industry Session, Music Manila Expo 2026, August 13 to 15, 2026, World Trade Center. And I read the first paragraph. Audio engineering is a multidisciplinary field encompassing acoustics, sound recording, music production, live sound reinforcement, broadcast, audiovisual system, electroacoustics, audio systems design and integration, digital signal processing, immersive and spatial audio, and other related technical and creative practices. We're going to have this signed by our chairman and the officers of AAS Philippines and AAS Min. So, Chairman. Okay. Could we have one? Yeah. Also, I would like to call on the Secretary of AES Philippines, Rico Bicol. Also, we would like to call two industries to come up to the stage. After Dreams, Attorney Emma. Also, I would like to call on Sir Jun Lim. Hello. To those who would like to affix your signatures, after we close, we will have to adopt the signing. Takabe Hiragasan, we will include you. And to all of those who would like to affix your signatures on this historic moment of the industry, After this symbolic signing, we could be available on this table, and you could have your signatures affixed. Okay. Could we have one picture? Yeah, move forward. Okay.
Sir Homer, pwede gawa tabi do.
Okay.
Okay. Chairman Mike. Sige, sige. Okay. Right.
Ah. Chairman, can they hold?
Compress. Compress.
Okay. So we will transfer.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can have picture. Thank you very much.
Hello, hello. Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, in reality, this is the community. Now, it's not only us who are responsible for doing this. If this becomes very successful, it's not us who actually did the work. We are actually serving the community. And all of you guys are part and partial of it. That's the reason why, sabi ko, I think it'll be nice if we have a picture not only of the people on stage, but everyone else, because we are the community. It is actually an effort, for each and every one to fulfill this dream. Iba na yung may papel, di ba? Iba na, okay? And we up the ante. In other words, if we want to be respected in the community, nasa atin yun. Right. Thank you.